Hi Shivam, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing it.
So please tell me about yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Shivamudara Jardugi. I'm from Kolhapur, Maharashtra, and I have recently graduated from BTech, Electronics and Communication. And to further enhance my knowledge in like network security, I have joined Networkers Home with the CCIE course. And currently, I am working in 247 AI as an advisor, where I have to like deal with our clients and give them expert level guidance, and like my role involves problem solving and providing the like help the clients with their queries as well.
Okay. So my first question to you is
Hmm.
explain the TCP header.
TCP header. Yes. So TCP header length is like varies from 20 bytes to like 60 bytes. So that's because of the options, because you can add so many others as well. So basically, first it consists of like source IP address and destination IP address, and then again it consists of the sequence number, acknowledgement number, and then it consists of the uh, like offset, the header length, and the like the header flag, sorry, like TCP flags, and then we'll have the after that we'll have window sliding, and after that we'll have the checksum, which will like check for the if there is any error in this, and we'll also have like the TCP like options. So and the reserve bit is also there. Like in case if you in future if you want to add something, so we'll have that reserve bit where you can add something. And apart from that, we'll have like options. So we're like as I mentioned, it varies from 20 byte to 60 bytes. So option is there where like you can add and like it will extend the bytes as well.
Okay. So could you explain the fields?
I'm sorry.
Explain the TCP header fields.
TCP header
Fields.
fields. Um, I'm sorry, I didn't get about the feed.
Okay. What is the difference between TCP and UDP?
The main difference between TCP and UDP will be like the when you're going with the TCP, TCP is mostly like the connection oriented, which like keeps a track of the active connections. And before transmitting any of the data, like it like creates or does like a three-way handshake, and then after that, like making a successful connection between client and server, they not only it like transfers a packet or yeah like segments. And when you're going with the like UDP, uh like there won't be any handshake or anything. It will just like you can say it's a lightweight protocol which will like connectionless, which will transfer the like UDP datagrams just like faster and without making any of the connection or keeping a track of the connection. So in case if there'll be loss of the packet, uh, it won't retransmit it. However, like when you go with the TCP, if there'll be any like if you won't receive any of the packet, then it will retransmit it again. So basically, you like after each packet, you will get an acknowledgement saying that I have received this packet and I'm expecting this like the next one now.
So next question to you is explain the IPsec protocol.
Yes. Yeah. So IPsec is like the security protocol suite where like the it it encapsulates or it provides the security for the IP packets which are traveling over the like untrusted networks. So like IPsec consists of like IKE V1, IKE V2, like a security protocols, and which ensures that it provides like a encryption and integrity for the data packets which are traveling across like a untrusted network.
Okay. So there are two protocols, right? ESP and AH.
Yes.
So what is the difference between those?
So ESP and AH, they both are like the IPsec protocols. However, like the main difference is like the AH is mostly like the legacy protocol, and it does not support like the newer encryption algorithm. So that's why mostly AH is not used nowadays, and that's why the ESP is mostly used, and which is like the provides you newer like support for the newer encryption algorithm and authentication methods, and which helps you like encapsulate the packet and help you like as the IPsec provides you the like authentication and integrity, it uh, guarantees the like you'll get the best kind of.
So AH does not support confidentiality. That means there is no encryption. Okay. All right. So what is the difference between tunnel mode and transport mode?
Yes. So when you go with the so tunnel mode and transport mode, they both are mode for like encapsulating the packet and sending across the network. However, the main difference is when you go with the tunnel mode, it will even like the hide the IP of the packet. So it will even encapsulate the packet, and like it will even hide the its own IP address, and it will bind with the new or logical IP address. Or when you go with the like the transport mode, it will keep its own like the main, or what you can say, the previous IP address, it will keep it as it is, and it will just encapsulate the payload and transmit it.
Okay. So next question is what are private VLANs? Explain the private VLAN.
Yeah. So with the so we have like the normal VLAN where like we are segmenting a network uh, to make it uh, more efficient or more provide more security. So with the private VLAN, it ensures to provide you like the like it helps you get like a authentication for using this uh, private VLANs, and makes it more secure as compared to normal VLANs. So like whenever we require the VLANs, and whenever we want to be more secure, the PVLANs are used, private VLANs.
Okay. So can you explain about VLAN access list?
Uh, VLAN, I don't recall at this moment, but I'll definitely check regarding VLAN access lists.
Okay. So explain about the SSL handshake.
SSL handshake, yes. So in the SSL handshake, what will it do is first like the and first they will first decide like what are the uh, which version they're going to use, and after that they will even exchange the like nonce number, which is like a sequence number, and they will even like check which cipher is they're going to use. So this will be like a first like packet that will from like client to server, and then like again they both will exchange the same packet, so there will be two packet, and after that there'll be like the certificate and key will be shared to like establish a connection. And after that they will even send like once they validate these certificates, then they will finish the handshake and the actual data will be transmitted.
Okay. So next question is explain about SSH.
SSH. Yes. So it's a secure shell, which is like the it's we can say like it's a secure protocol which is used for taking like a remote access, and which uses like the protocol number port number 22, and which helps you take like a remote access of the device securely. So as compared to telnet, SSH is nowadays used mostly because of its secure uh, secure way.
Okay. So next question is explain about DMVPN. How is it different, or how is it different? You can say like how DMVPN is different from MGRE.
MGRE.
Yes.
So actually, the MGRE is used in DMVPN itself, but the main difference will be MGRE. If you just use MGRE, then it won't provide you like a like it won't provide you encryption. So it will just, you can create dynamic tunnels, but still like multi you won't get the encryption or encryption throughout the tunnels. So when you are going with the DMVPN, what will it do is like with the help of IPsec and the NHRP, which is Next Hop Resolution Protocol, it will help you create the dynamic tunnels across the network. And the best thing about it is it will help you create tunnels, and it will even close after like a data transfer. So it can directly communicate through like a hub to hub, like, so when we are considering hub spoke topology in this case, so it can create dynamic tunnels through like spoke to hub, directly spoke to spoke as well. So that's one of the main benefits of it. And then like it will even provide you the like encryption and authentication as well with this. So with the IPsec, it will even provide you that. And that's why the DMVPN will be more secure as compared to just MGRE, because MGRE or GRE doesn't directly support with the encryption. So it will be like a plain text.
It's something you need to check there. Okay. Next is please explain about the email exchange flow. Like what is the email flow?
Email flow.
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever the sender, or whenever we are sending the email, so for it will like it will use SMTP to send the like mail from the client to the client server, and then from client server uh, to another server, it will even use the same SMTP for transmitting the email. And for like pulling up the email from the like client's server, it will either use like SMTP or POP3.
What is the difference between a stateful firewall and a stateless firewall?
Yeah. So when we are going with the stateful firewall, so it will keep track of the active connections. So let's say like as a TCP, it will like if the connection has been established, so it will keep a track of that connection, and when the return traffic is coming, it will allow that traffic. However, when we are going with the stateless firewall, it will check all the connection as it's if it's new. So every time whenever the packet is coming, it will check that packet as if it's new every time, and it will check based upon like IP address, destination, like source IP and destination IP, port. So based upon these, it will mostly like check and allow or deny. However, like the stateful will be considered as like a more secured one as compared to like stateless, because it will even keep a track of the active connections.
So now, please explain how a web security appliance fits into a network.
Yeah. So let's see.
Explain. Also, you can explain about the deployment modes.
I'm sorry.
You have to explain how a WSA fits into a network and its deployment modes.
Deployments. Okay. So when we are considering WSA, to like keep it in our network, it's mostly kept between the firewall and the client. So in like it will be kept as like in between them, and whenever the traffic will be coming from the like whenever the traffic is intended for like web usage like HTTP, so it will first go through like go to the first it will go to the WSA, and WSA will act as a proxy for a client. So like whenever the like client will request any of the like web content, it will first go to the WSA, and WSA will forward it to the firewall, and firewall so basically you will have like a you will get more security because the firewall will also check, and after the firewall it will even go to the WSA, and the WSA will also like based upon its rule, it will even check if it fits within a criteria, and then if it's the legitimate, then it will even forward it to the client. So because of this we will implement like a more secured version in our like network.
Okay. So what is the difference between a forward proxy and reverse proxy?
um what uh, so I don't recall the forward proxy at the moment.
Okay, explain the access list.
Access list. Yeah. So the access list will be like the set of rules. So like based upon this set of rules, it will either like allow or deny. So let's say if we say like the allow this particular like IP address with this port, then it will allow or deny based upon the commands we have given.
Okay. So the next question is, what is the difference between transparent redirection and explicit forwarding?
Yeah. So transparent redirection is the process, or it's like a Cisco proprietary. We can say like the which is like mostly for the Cisco only. And with that, the process which I earlier told about the how whenever a user want to request to the web, so it will first send it to the like WSA, right? And then like it will the request will go to the firewall, and then to the like web server. So basically with the like transparent reduction, what will it do is first whenever the user is trying to connect to the web, so first it will like create a DNS request, right? So the DNS request will go to the like without going to the WSA, it will go directly from like a user or client to the firewall, and from firewall to the it will go to the direct DNS server and request. Let's say we type google.com, so it will check for google.com and send the query back. And then after google.com, let's say we are want to go to the like Facebook. So when we are going for Facebook, then this time when we get that domain name resolved, and when we actual using like the HTTP, the web protocol, so this time instead of going directly to the firewall, first the request will go to the like WSA, and the WSA will forward create as like its own proxy, and then it will forward it to the like firewall, and then it will forward to the web server. Then like it will like make sure that if it's legitimate or if it's correct, then based upon the rule it will like forward it to the client. However, like when we are going with the like explicit forwarding, like it's open source. So like what will it do is like the one as like first how in the Cisco proprietary transmit mode, like how it's doing like forwarding the or like it's allowing for a user or client to reach for at least for the DNS, it won't allow, because from firewall itself it will deny the packet to go to the web. So like we need to like manually or we need to configure as like this WS as in like a proxy. uh, so like it will always forward the web traffic to the WSA, and then the WSA will act as a proxy and the communication will be happen.
Okay, what difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption?
Yes. So the symmetric will be the keys will be the same that will be used for like encryption and decryption, and for the asymmetric there will be like a private and public key. So let's say I am a client and there is a server, or so like server, what will it do is it's create its own a private key, and while sending any of the data, it will send with that public key. So when that client want to send something, it will like store like while sending that data back, it will use its like the public key which server has sent, and then encrypt it and send it back. So when the when I will get that data, I'll use my private key to like decrypt it. So in this way, the asymmetric is more secure as compared to like a symmetric, because in symmetric there'll be only like the same key will be used for encryption and decryption.
Okay. Next question is like explain about the IKv1 main mode and quick mode message exchange.
Yes. So in the main mode, there'll be like the 6 messages will be like the transfer. So the first message will contain like a SPI parameters as well as the SA payload. So SA payload consists of the proposal payload, and the proposal payload consists of the transform payload, and the transform payload will consist of the haggle process, which means like the hash value, authentication, Diffie-Hellman group, or which keys we're gonna is exchange, and then the encryption. And so like basically it will go with this haggle process, and after that it will even in the first message it will even have the uh, VID to like the VID, which is like it will check for like if there is like a NAT support is there for it as well. So it will also check that. So that will be like a first and second message, because it will send it to the like client, and the server will also send back. So again the third message will be like the Diffie-Hellman, like it will be for the keys. So the keys will be exchanged in third and fourth message, and for the fifth and sixth message, like they will exchange the like the hash value and the identity. So like they will both of them reveal the identity, and as it's a main mode, it will like these all things will happen in the like encryption as well, like the last fifth and sixth like steps will be in the encryption mode as well. So even if someone is able to see the package, they won't get to know the keys or the identity of the users as well. And when we are going with the quick mode, so with the quick mode there'll be like a 3 messages will be exchanged, and with that it will again check for the like the keys, and again the it will confirm that this is the like authentication, and the which is the hash they're using, and they will even exchange the first message and the second message, and at the third message also the authentication will happen, and after this the data will be transferred actual. So first like the main mode uh, is mostly called as like the control plane, where the actual they will check like what we're going to do, or what are the encryption, or what are the protocols we're going to use here, and after that, like it will check, which is like called as data plane, and after this the actual data will be sent.
Okay, so can you explain the Diffie-Hellman key exchange?
Yes. So Diffie-Hellman have the various groups, and like based upon that, it's like a secure way to like generate the keys for the users, for the like authentication purpose. And what will it do is, when we choose a specific group, so it will create a or generate a key for both of the users. So when we are selecting like a group 14, it will generate a keys, and then using that they'll be able to exchange the keys as well with each other. And this, they sharing the keys, like they'll be in like a secure manner. So if anyone try to intercept it, like they won't notice the keys.
Explain the difference between the routed mode and transparent mode of a firewall.
Routed mode, I don't recall at the moment, sir. Sorry.
Okay. So, what is the difference between a site-to-site and remote access VPN?
Site to site VPN will be like mostly between the two companies, or two networks, we can say, where like the you'll be able to connect from one like physical site to another physical site. So they'll be like mostly like a stationary. However, when we are going with the like a remote access VPNs, so these are the VPNs where like the when let's say we have a like a user who wanna connect to the like its office, or it's like remotely wanna take access, and like we had like work from home, right? So that's why like they wanted to securely connect through the internet, which is like untrusted. So using the remote VPN, so they'll be able to connect securely, and through like a it doesn't have to be any particular like location as well. So remotely they can connect through the VPN as well.
Okay. Explain the concept of port security.
Port security, yes. So the port security is used for like the securing the ports, because let's say if anyone if there is not a legitimate user who will like try to like send a ARP request and get the like data. So that's why to avoid that, like we have the modes where like the we have shutdown mode, we have protected mode and restrict mode. So what we'll do is like when when there is an anomaly in the network, and if we have configured port as in like a shutdown state, so it will check, and if there'll be any anomaly, and if it detects any of the changes in it, or if it receives the like traffic from the non-trusted ports, then it will just shut down the ports, like all of the ports. So like the administrator have to manually go and like do like a no shut, or you have to turn it down or turn up the ports again. So we have again like the protected mode. So with the protected mode, what will it do is like the is the same as like, oh yeah, like in shutdown also like the logs will be generated. However, like the when a protected mode, like what will it do is it will if the same procedure, if there'll be any anomaly, like it will, instead of shutting all the ports, it will just block the message from that particular port, and it will even generate a log about it, that this is like a anomaly, and that's why it will generate a log. However, when we are going with the restrict, it won't like a generate a like log about it. It will just won't take any of the requests from that particular port.
Tell me the difference between IDS and IPS.
Yes. So IDS is intrusion detection system. So basically, in a whole network, when we configure the IDS, it will just detect the anomaly and like generate a log about it. So it's not actually preventing anything. It's just generating, or it just letting the administrator know that there is something happening in the network. However, when we are going with the IDPS, which is like intrusion detection and prevention system, I'm sorry, IPS, which is intrusion prevention system, what will it do is it will like it will not just like after detecting that anomaly, it will try to prevent it as well. So it will not just be like, okay, there is something, I'll just generate a log. It will actually do something to prevent that, and it will still even like administrator know about it as well.
Okay. So those were all the questions I had.
Thank you so much.
But well prepared. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. So may I know like any feedback regarding?
Everything is good, just some of the questions, and you have to work on the explanation part.
Okay, I'll definitely work on it, sir.
Like your explanations, you can elaborate a bit.
Elaborate. Sure, I'll also work on like a deep like concepts as well. So whenever I'm explaining, I'll be
And some of the concepts are there where you just touch the concept and you didn't went into too much depth.
okay.
Where it is required.
Yeah, I'll check the in-depth concepts as well.
Yes. The rest of it.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.